And what happens next for Hunter, and how does this impact the November election?
Our 10 News anchor Ariel Wessler continues our team coverage from the newsroom. And Ariel, one legal expert says this indictment sounds a little more serious.
Yeah, Kimberly, Steve, that's right. It really all comes down to burden of proof. The standard for an indictment is much lower than it would be in a criminal trial, and that's why this legal expert says this is just the beginning.
In the big picture, it really hurts democracy and the institution of Congress more than anything.
Congressman Duncan Hunter's indictment for misusing campaign funds is creating a political firestorm less than 3 months before the November election.
Will the defense be able to hold back these charges? And in the end, I think it's fair to ask about the political timing.
That's why Hunter's team believes it's a political move by Democrats to get him out of office. I spoke with Daniel Yeager, a local law professor at Cal Western.
It's just to get the ball rolling, and nobody's going to prison simply because of a charge.
Indictment critics say the burden of proof is simply too low, not requiring enough evidence.
A good prosecutor could get an indictment against a ham sandwich. The idea being that it really is a prosecutor's party.
It's one of the arguments Hunter's camp is making, but Yeager says keep in mind,
if everything's working correctly, you're not going to indict somebody over nothing. There's usually something. Otherwise, there wouldn't be probable cause.
And even if he's eventually convicted, he could legally stay in office unless Congress expels him. However, the question remains, will the pressures from his party and the public prove to be too great?
Even though it's legal to stay in office after both indictment and conviction, they tend to resign.
And we also reached out to the County Registrar of Voters, Michael Vu. He tells us that the congressman would stay on the ballot even if he resigns. Now, if he resigns before the election, the governor could choose to call a special election for the remaining months. If he steps down after the election, if he wins, for example, then there would be a special election. Live in the newsroom, Ariel Wessler, 10 News.